I don't understand how a writer would ever get writer's block, so-called. My problem is having too much and being unable to
Yo, why is the Ripper so ill? That would be an unpardonable breach of confidence for me to reveal. He said one of these days all eyes will be on me. When they look up in the sky, see the neon sea. Rhymes inscribed on a nickel disc encased in a glass with an ion beam for longevity for more than 10 centuries. Impressions and memories. The first time machine inventor will mention me. Cannabis was a visionary indeed. He believed light could travel in multiples of seed. The organic supercomputer that solved the mystery supply collusion with two blue metric rulers. Like Cool J, but thought Stephen J. Gould was cooler. And he never liked to propagate rumors. Smoke Canary Island cigars like American luxury cars and beautiful Asian bras. He had a strong mind. He used to philosophize about rhymes while he was pruning his bonsais. He claimed that he had written the greatest rhyme of all time, but he would never take it out his archives. He wrote 2 songs per day and was constantly experimenting with his wordplay. In his youth, he did a report on the Sloan Digital Sky Survey. He got an F, but he deserved an A. I followed his career from the first day. It seemed the lack of support contributed to his inert ways. I seen him put in 24-hour work days with deferred pay, undeterred by the word shame. Public humiliation was the worst pain. He was spinning out of control like a class 5 hurricane. He said he wouldn't want another MC to suffer the same, especially when there's nothing to gain. He was the illest alive, but nobody would face it. He spit till his tongue was too torched to taste it. Properly funded corporations carbon dated his latest creations to extract the information. They found it utterly amazing. They claimed the body of his work was the same thing as a priceless painting. Never mattered to him, the art galleries hated him, cause Thomas Kincaid called him, said he would take 10 complete enigmas wrapped in puzzles, encrypted in language with sound but without shape or signature. Kept files in his garage on MS-DOS in a fireproof pod. We thought it was odd. Outside there was a shed with an Oppenheimer lock. He apparently kept more wax than Madame Tussauds. We were in total awe cause it blew our minds. So many rhymes that were intricately designed. He was poet laureate of his time, and if you don't mind, I'd like to share some of his rhymes. Alone in my room, looking through the 32X telescope zoom, adjusting the focus of the moon. One should not assume the philosophy of David Hume is nothing more than a subjective conclusion. What is the maximum field rate application? The runaway glaciation surrounding the ocean basin affects the population fluctuation on a continuous basis, but that's just the basics. The juxtaposition of can I bust position, the precision of something no other is written, way above and beyond what was intended. The unparalleled, malleable enunciation of a sentence. You didn't go to college, obviously. I can tell by your ungodly, unintelligible terminology, a remarkable odyssey. The rhymes are modest speeds when the brain orders the body not to breathe. Your competency is not up to speed, you not in my league. You couldn't possibly be hotter than me, or oppositely at minus 25 degrees. You squeeze, but the condensation makes rifle barrels freeze. Allow me to speak figuratively, nigga please. My intellectual properties about the size of Greece. Your counselor advised you not to speak. My counselor advised me to keep rhyming till they stop to beat. In the words of Joseph Heller, I learned how to write better, even though it sorta irked me. He said he didn't understand the process of the imagination, but he felt he was at its mercy, which explains my point perfectly and certainly reinforces the reason why nobody's probably ever heard of me. Couldn't understand what I mean by ill, unless you try to translate what I print to film. This is the line and grill, the circle of time, the cycle of eternity, the emergence of one mind. Academic phonetics render critics tongue-tied. The personified dry humor of cum laude alumni. A wise man sees failure as progress. A fool divorces his knowledge and misses the logic and loses his soul in the process. Obsessed with nonsense with a caricature that has no content. My style is masterful, multilateral. I can battle a fool and be naturally cruel.